Remember that they are changing my voice. Because my arguments are so sound, the opposition may try to pretend that I'm crazy. So before I get into my martial art code video, I'm going to make this kind of prelude video, this introduction. Just 4 quick points, and you'll see that I'm correct. This paper was originally made to explain what happens when I get angry and yell. Okay, whether it's in my videos or in my room. But it also helps you understand why I'm right about my martial art code. Okay, so point number 1. I have a logical and justified pre-existing resentment toward the 3 groups that I always talk about for persecuting the righteous, and they did it for selfish reasons. So they persecute the righteous for selfish reasons. They do everything from hacking, colonial activities, evil policy making, organized rape by deception, reinforcing falsehoods and other deception to create sentiments in women that make it harder for me to get a date and historically made it harder for me to. And their dishonest scales in regards to their belief of the measure of a person, right? You have various propaganda scales, political scales, various racial supremacist scales, LGBT scales, you name it. They all refuse to be honest with a true and logical and just and fair and right universal scale. Point number 2. I typically swell up with anger after someone makes a loud clanging noise that comes from dishes knocking against something. Also, the microwave being slammed shut or a glass bottle being thrown into a recycling bin, which creates a loud noise that comes with a vibration that causes me what may be referred to as brain pain. After being fumed, remember I have many witnesses to them fuming me and poisoning me and covertly drugging me. It kind of changes my mind state and makes me ripe for brain pain after these loud noises, are made, the said loud noises. Okay. This brain pain also causes me cognitive impairment, causing me to have cognitive impairment, and I do not think it is a coincidence that it interferes with my research and my writings. Point number 3. This is key here. This will help establish my mental state. I do not hear voices or have hallucinations or what is referred to as negative symptoms, which is basically when someone sits around doing nothing, staring at something, for example, and doesn't get anything accomplished. Everyone who's seen my videos knows that I don't have negative symptoms, right? I've made many, many videos over the years, thousands and thousands of videos over, since 2009, and I graduated college in 2015. Okay, so I've made these videos effectively while studying and giving reports and doing various, forms of analysis, which these things allowed me to get a college degree. So I did these things at the same time I got my college degree, made these videos. People had no viable counter-argument, what have you. Okay, these are just part of my long list of achievements, which makes it absurd to think that I have some kind of mental disorder or something like that. Okay. So again, the brain pain also causes me to have cognitive impairment, and I do not think it is a coincidence that it interferes with my research and my writings. In fact, I know that it's not. Point number 3. Okay, I went over that again. Okay. I do not hear voices or have hallucinations or what is referred to as negative symptoms or disorganized thinking or disorganized behavior. My beliefs are sound and are based on an abundance of evidence and years of research and intelligent discourse. Again, I'm being fumed right now, and there's a lot of background noise if I roll down the windows, so it's a double-edged sword either way. And for whatever reason, I'm being put in these various predicaments because of the organized psychological operations against me, which the government themselves have admitted to me, and I have 23 witnesses on record as well. So, the evidence is sound. Even if you think that it's in my head that the government admitted it to me, which is outrageous, there's 23 witnesses on record, okay, to these actions, and I've recorded a lot of the activities as well. It's clear cut, it's open and shut. Okay. So again, my beliefs are sound and are based on an abundance of evidence and years of research and intelligent discourse. Okay. I've talked to various people, on the internet, people who to have taken psychology in college. In fact, one of them interviewed me. Okay. Various college graduates, various law enforcement, members of law enforcement and their assets. I've talked to various political people, various religious people. I've gone to many groups on Facebook and discussed things with people. I've discussed things in person. I mean, this is, nobody ever says, well, you're crazy, man, unless it's some troll or something, and that's consistent. And I've been on the internet since I was, since I was about 12 years old. We're going way back, this is like the 90s, since the 90s. It's 2023. And nobody's ever said that I'm crazy in a convincing way. It's always just a troll and saying it to me to the same degree that other people hear it, or have it said to them, and that's about it, right? It's just, that's not, a serious person wouldn't argue that I'm crazy. They just wouldn't. Okay, so where are we here? Point number 4. I believe that Jesus in the Bible is a character in a story that is superimposed on the idea of the top martial artist ever possible. Jesus coming back as the top martial artist ever possible. The top martial artist ever does not walk on water literally, or bring people back to life literally, or turn water into wine literally, or do any fairy tale miracle. And what do I base this on? I've made many videos on what I've based this on, but I'm going to give you a few scriptures that kind of make it clear in just a few scriptures. Exodus 15:3, the Lord is the warrior, the Lord is his name. Okay, in Revelation, Jesus says that he is the root and offspring of David and the bright morning star, and David is the warrior king. If David, David and Goliath, 1 Samuel 17. Okay. Also, my outdoor sparring top martial arts challenge since December 20th, 2013, logically and universally goes beyond anything that any martial artist has ever accomplished. Okay. If you won the Olympics 10 times, say in 1980, okay, how many people were there? How many people did martial arts? What kind of information age technologies were available? Okay. Now compare that to the last 10 years, right? It's 2023. My challenge was 2013 before people started acting funny to an extreme degree that was unseen before. Okay. There's almost 8 billion people on the planet. There's internet that reaches to Thailand, the Philippines, China, Japan, Korea, you name it. Okay. Representatives from their systems who have families here and abroad. Okay. They're fully aware of my challenge. MMA fighter. MMAs became very popular in recent years. Mixed martial arts, which made martial arts competition and discussions explode in recent years. Okay? It is insane to think that my challenge doesn't go far, far beyond anything anyone has ever accomplished. I beat every challenger. There are almost 8 billion people on the planet again. And again, representatives from every major martial arts system has been made aware of my challenge, and the federal government has even inquired about my challenge. Governments have asked people about my challenge. I beat every challenger who accepted it, and basically flawlessly, while my philosophy confounds and contradicts theirs, mind you. Think about their propaganda campaigns. They had every reason to try to beat me. They couldn't do it. And everybody they sent lost. There are also parallels in regards to David accepting Goliath's challenge. Also due to technology, of course I'm the one giving the challenge, but there's a thin line between challenging the Philistines and accepting their challenge. Also due to technology, breeding, processes and standards, mind you, organized cheating and ill-gotten gains, generational ill-gotten gains, no one can ever logically equal or surpass what I've accomplished. Therefore, using universal logic, righteousness and justice is the measuring line and plume line. Isaiah 28:17. I am the Christos, the anointed top martial artist ever, the King of Kings, and there's a reason a king wears a sword. And many people admitted to me that they're being coerced by the government to not admit these things publicly or privately for that matter. So who better to proclaim God's righteous acts, right? Psalm 106. Who's better to proclaim his righteous acts than the top martial artist himself? Like it says in John 10. And in John it says, I don't need another witness. Okay? God Almighty and universal pinpoint and moral precision and logic and righteousness are my witness. The fact that there's no viable counterargument testifies on my behalf better than everyone else on the planet put together possibly could. The facts The truth is the testimony. The truth is the witness. God Almighty is the witness through nature, through logic, through righteousness, through justice, through valid scales. And therefore, my martial code is the will of God. Proverbs 16:10. Proverbs 16:12. The throne is established in righteousness, justice. Proverbs 16:10. The divine verdict, God's verdict, is on the mouth of the king. How much more the one God set apart as the King of Kings, the reason why kings wear a sword. Thank you.